Hi, good evening to everyone. I'm Gaurav Pandey, your Gaurav here. And today we will understand our another pattern that how you will utilize array list. Even if we have already utilized array list in our previous problem statements, right? But before I begin, I just want to know, am I audible and visible to everybody? Yeah, I can see that there are very few people or it's not updated at my end. I can't see the people. I can't see the people. Okay, now everybody's coming. Cool, yeah. Today, anyhow, why I'm covering this question because pattern is super important. Okay, that's why I'm covering this. And anyhow, the problem statement we will cover that is already has been asked in a lot of companies. Also important, but more importantly, you must understand how you can utilize an array list or vector in C++, or we can say list in Python. Okay, cool, yeah. So now here the problem statement is spiral matrix, and in a spiral matrix what they have asked, like, that we'll understand from the problem statement. But now in which company this has been asked, so the companies names are Microsoft, Facebook, Amazon, Google, Apple, Adobe. और बाकी तुम लोग read कर लेना, you're smart enough to read it out, right? But these many companies has asked this particular problem, and trust me, this is a medium level problem, but it's still very nice problem. There you will have a deeper understanding of the arrays, especially for the matrix part. This thing, that's what I wanted to cover. Also the deeper understanding of arrays and the dynamic array, that either you say a vector or you say array list or the list, anything. But this will be a super understanding thing, right, which really required while you solve the problem statements. Cool, yeah. So now I'll go back to our problem statement. Then we'll understand the problem statement, then we'll understand the solution. Okay. So I'll write the code in three languages that you already know, in Java, in C++, and in Python. But how's the energy? How's the energy? Yeah, I can't see the comments. I can't see the regular people. Yeah, that is not fair thing. बाकी लोग हिमालय गए क्या? ऐसा मत करो. Come back. अभी तपस्या करने की उम्र थोड़ी हुई यार. Cool. So now, hi Karan. So now I will read the problem statement. That can be look tough, but that's not really that much of tough. You just need to understand the problem statement. So they have mentioned, given an m multiplied by n means m by n matrix. Okay, so m will be like the total size of the array and n will be the sub array size. Cool. And that is a 2D array anyway, because m into n always forms a 2D array. Return all elements of the matrix in a spiral order. So we need to return all the elements of matrix in a spiral order. So okay, cool, yeah. So this is an matrix that we have, and we need to return this thing into an, like, in a spiral order. So what I'll do, I'll create the same thing on our PPT, then we'll understand how will you do this and what does the actually spiral mean. Okay, so I'll go back here in our PPT, and here I'll go ahead, I'll create that same thing. Okay, so here we have this particular matrix. Okay, and in this particular matrix, yeah, one thing, two thing, I guess this is what we had over there. So now here I will create this thing. It looks very bad. Has Rita, this matrix looks very bad, but nobody, I know, will manage with this. 1 2 3, again I guess that was 4 5 6. Yes, 4 5 6 7 8 9. 4 5 6 7 8 9. So what they have mentioned is that they are asking that you need to return in spiral order. Means like this. So you start from here. Okay, you form a circle like this. You form a circle again, because the previous thing already covered, so your circle will go like this. So forming a spiral, like you're forming a spiral. So what happened is that first time you were having 1, then another time you came as 2, then again we had 3, then again we had 6, then 9, because it's coming in this way, and then in this way, right? So this is how it's coming. This is how it's coming in. Again it's going on the same direction. Means a loop thing. We will keep doing that thing, right? A loop thing that will keep running until unless that whole array finishes, right? So 9, then we will have 8, then we will have 7, then we will have 4, then again same pattern, we will have 5. Okay, what you have understood from this, probably it's harder to understand this. We'll have another example. Okay, we will have a bigger example that will give you a good understanding anyway, so you don't have to worry about. what's happening, what's happening here. So probably this time I have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever it is. Okay, count the number. So 1, 2, 3. Here any number it is possible because they are not correlated. So am and an, that can be anything. Cool, yeah. So now the thing is that let's suppose here are a few numbers: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. अब यार गिनती लिखवा रहा है मेरे से 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. इतना बड़ा होता बचपन में तो क्या ही बात थी, बड़ा तो था यार. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. अब मैं नहीं बोलने वाला. आई एम नॉट कॉलिंग दिस नंबर्स. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. Because only then you'll understand. That's why I'm writing this. The reason I'm writing, because only then you'll understand this. 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. Wow. कोई बात नहीं यार. This hard work we deserve. Now the thing is that what I will do here, I'll take a white color and I'll start iterating. Okay. So basically, I'll go in this way. My first round in a spiral way, right? Yes or no? So we'll have 1 to 8. We will have 1 to 8 thing. Then we'll come this way, in circle, spiral means circle. Then we will have here 16 to 56. Yes or no? Then we will go in this way. Cool here. Now we have 55 to 49. Yes or no? Elements. Then we'll come back here. Okay, when one round has done, so now the thing is that here we will have what, this was from 41 to 9. So now if you will observe in the one round we have another matrix. Look at this matrix we have now again, and same process will start. So I'll highlight this with different color. So if you'll see now here, if you'll see, I need a highlighter, and in highlighter I'll take this, so this color. So right now if you'll see now, we have now a different matrix. But what has been changed in this matrix? The same process you have to do again. You'll start from the same pointer, means from the 10. Yes or no? You start from the 10 pointer. Yeah, not this highlighter, I won't pin. So you'll start from this 10 pointer. Again you'll go to the 15. Again you'll come back in the same direction. Right, again you'll do this, and again you will have an internal matrix once again. Right, so this line has been done, then again you start from the 18. Yes or no? And this is how you form a spiral. Right? So this is how you form a spiral. So this is how you will come in this way, again you will come in this way. So now this is done. So how this was working on every step, what was happening? Let's suppose we have the 4 places. I call it top. At initial this is a 0 index, yes or no? Right? I call it bottom. This thing means whatever the length of array we have, right? The overall matrix, that is the bottom. Cool. Then we have left. At starting, the value of the left was 0. Yes or no? And again, this is we call right. And right is what? The length of this internal matrix. Every time when one round is being done, all the value are reducing by 1. Means left will move 1 pointer ahead. Top will move 1 pointer ahead. Means it will come down 1 pointer ahead. This will go in this direction. Right will be reduced by 1 pointer, and bottom will be reduced by 1 pointer. And that's how your matrix will keep squeezing itself. And the time will come when you will form like a single element, and there is a no matrix. Will stop right there. So basically, how these things are working? Correct. Yes, sir. But now m minus and n minus 1. Correct only. But actually, this is not from a every value. Okay, this is not from the every value. So that is the thing. How will you access these things? So yeah, now we'll come back for the easier understanding. So what I was doing is that, let's suppose I'm assuming a loop, one loop for the top. Okay, so this was the top, one loop for the top. So here I'm going, let's suppose I'm going left to right, left to right, left to right. Okay, I'm going left to right. So in left to right, I will have 1, comma 2, comma 3. But this time, once this is done, can I see my top has been reduced by 1? If 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 one iteration has done left to right on the top, so top should be reduced by 1, means increasing. Like if this was 0, then this will become 1. Why? Because now the top will come here. Top will come here. Cool, yeah, cool thing. Now again, once you have done left to right, top should increase by 1. Again, once you are doing right to this thing, like this, top to bottom, top to bottom. So once you're iterating top to bottom, this time what should increase? What should decrease or increase? Tell me. If you're doing top to bottom, right should be decreased, because right now pointing in this way, right? So whatever this length was 3, so 3 minus 1 means basically the second index. So right is pointing to 2, so then right should point out to 1. Why? Because this is already iterated. So when you're iterating top to down, you will decrease right. So right minus minus. Cool, yeah. Once the right has done, then you need to iterate where? Right to left. Then you need to iterate right to left. This thing, right to left. Yes or no? Right to left. Once right to left you are doing, you need to reduce what? This bottom. Look at this. Right to left is covering the bottom. The bottom should be reduced by 1. Bottom, like this, bottom plus plus, sorry, minus minus, reducing by 1, because right now bottom is pointing out to the last values, right? This row, last row. Now bottom will point out to this. When we should do this, like what, there should be a limit, right? When we should continue this thing. So again, this is done, like left to right we are going, right, like bottom, top to bottom we are coming, then again right to left we are going, but now this is remaining. So once you'll do bottom to top, bottom to top, in this time top already has been changed, because of this. When you once you were doing left to right, top has been increased by 1. So you have to add a condition as well, right? So now what you will do when you're going in this way, what you should reduce? The left you should increase, because this direction will finish this left, and we will be left with this particular element, right? So in this case, left we should increase, left plus plus. So probably we will have 4 type of iterations, right? First iteration left to right, their top will be increased. Then top to bottom, their right will be decreased. Then again right to left, their bottom will be decreased. This, sorry, right has been decreased and bottom will be decreased. And then you will do from the bottom to top. In that case, your left will increase, and by which your whole matrix will squeeze, right? And then you need to repeat the same process until unless either this left becomes more than right, right? Either this situation come, or top becomes more than the bottom, means the value of top comes lower than the bottom, right? If that situation becomes, then we will stop. Otherwise we will keep squeezing our matrix completely, and at the end we'll get all the iteration, all the element. But where will you store these elements? I hope, yeah, means not completely, but quite the algorithm is clear to everybody. Once you write the code, you'll understand completely. Okay, you will understand completely. So now the thing is that you, how will you store these elements? So for storing these elements, they're using a list here, and they will use vector in C++ and list in Python as well. Okay, so this is an array list basically. So array list is a dynamic array in Java. Why? Because array have a fixed size. So you cannot change the size of the array once you have defined in Java. So and similar also in C++. So in C++ you have a dynamic array as vector, and in Java you have as array list. Right. So that's, I guess, everybody already knows. So here for storing purpose, right? So I will create one array list. And this code going to be a longer code. So you have to understand each and every line. So be concentrated, huh? So understand the things carefully. here what value will store? We'll store the integer type value. Integer. First I'm writing in Java, then I'll write in C++, then in Python. Okay, so you don't have to worry about anybody is coming for any language. So here I will I'm defining this as result and new int. What will be the size of this particular array list? Okay, so do I want any, like, not new int here? What I'm doing? Not, this is not an array. This is an array list. New array list. Okay, I don't have to define the size here for array list. So here this is the thing. Cool. Yeah, now I want 4 pointer. Those will control all the, like, width, height of that particular matrix. So I want first thing the top. So top will be by default 0, yes or no? Top is 0. Then I want bottom, let's suppose, and bottom. So bottom will be what? Whatever length this particular array have. So if this has a length of 3, means this matrix length, yes or no? So this having a length of 3, 1, 2, and 3. So if you'll see this having a length of 3, but indexes will point out to the 2 only, right? So here we will have bottom is equals to what? Matrix dot length minus 1. Why? Because indexes start from 0 and will end to 2 if you have 3, right? So anyhow, if you have length of 5, then indexes will be till 4 only. So that's why we're doing minus 1. So we have top and bottom, two things we have, yes or no? Right, now what do we want? We want left and right, right? We want left and right. That you already understood from that PPT, right? That I've explained you later. So now here, like left will be 0 automatically. And what will be the value of right? What will be the value of right? So right is basically the length of the subarray, right? That's what it's forming. Look at this. That's what this first line is forming. So length of the subarray. So how you will get it? How will you get it? So this name is matrix. The array name is matrix. Any index you can take. By default, you can assume you just have a single. So that's why I'm taking 0 index. So dot length. I have the right also. Now till when we can do our process? So for that purpose we need a while loop, because we don't know exactly. When this left is less than or equals to right, yes or no? And our top is less than or equals to bottom. Only then we can do our process. And what is the process? We need to insert first iteration I want to do. Okay, iterate left to right. So this is what I want to do. Yes or no? So I want to iterate left to right. Cool. Iterate it. How will you iterate? So we're starting from left. So int I equals to left. Yes or no? Then I should be less than or equals to what? Right. Yes or no? Because right is anyone pointing to the index only. Now every time I should be plus. Means the value of I should increase. If the left is pointing out to 1, so first time the value of I will be 1, then 2, then 3, right? So that's how you're getting the value with the help of index I. Cool. So now here what you will do, every time you will add this particular, whatever the value you're getting, you will add into your array list. That is your final output, right? So we in result we'll add, I declared the result also, yes. So in add, what add? Matrix. Now tell me which value you are getting, which is constant, which is varying. So basically I is changing for this particular row we are inserting, yes or no? So if you'll see this, what should be fixed? Like if we are iterating over this particular matrix, so right now left was pointing out to what? Left is pointing out to this particular thing, this particular 0 index, yes or no? And I is starting, and I will iterate this thing. Yes or no? So this I is iterating the internal array. So what should be fixed? Left should be fixed. Because left is not changing. Who is changing? I is changing. And I is changing for what? I is changing for the first row. I is changing for the row. Right? I is changing for the row. So we'll get that value from the I. So this is how you will get the value of the first array. This array, right? That you have inside this particular array. Cool, yeah. Once you've inserted this whole line, what we were doing? The value of top should be increased. Previously it was 0, yes or no? Previously it was pointing to the top. Now this should point out to the lower value because top is already inserted, right? We need another top, so top plus plus, top plus plus. Now top has done, means we have done iteration from where, left to right. Now it's time to iterate, it's time to iterate from where, now we need to iterate top to bottom, top to bottom, bottom. Cool, yeah. Iterate this thing also. So how will you iterate? Now you need to access this thing, right? How will you access 6? Then how will you access this 9? Right. This is the question. This is the question. How will you access this? So now you're cool. From where you will start, and from the right. From the right. Why from the right? Somebody help me with this. Why from the right? Because right is pointing out to the last element. Right is pointing out to the last element. This is all anyhow already inserted. Right? This is anyhow already inserted. But because top is also come to the lower part. So basically this part is already inserted. This is already inserted. But right now it's time to insert 6. Right? And right is pointing out to the second index as of now, if we have length as this. Right? So we'll start from the right. I equals to right. And I should be less than or equals to what? Tell me. I should start from the right. Okay. So starting from right, and right should be not increasing the value of what? This particular right. If we're starting from the right, then that will never be matching. That is the thing. So we're starting from right, that makes sense. But that should never be more than what? That is the question. I will starting from this, and it should never be more than bottom. Left to right became correct only. Okay. Then top to bottom we are going. Correct only. We are going top to bottom. In this case, here we have top to bottom. So we are starting from the right, we have 6. We cannot go more than this 9 place, right? We cannot go more than this right place. Clear? So we should not go more than the bottom thing. Yes or no? Tell me in comments. Yes or no? We should not go more than the bottom. Correct? Correct. We should not go more than the bottom. Otherwise, we'll exceed. And then every time we'll do I plus plus. Clear? So now this is the thing. This is the thing. So basically now we'll insert the value same as we did earlier, which will dot add. But this time, who is fixed? This right is fixed. Yes or no? Matrix. This right is fixed. Matrix. This right is fixed. And whose variable? The I variable. Because why right is fixed? This index is fixed. You're pointing out the last index in the subarray. Yes or no? In these arrays, you're pointing to the last index only. So this is fixed. Right is fixed. And whose variable? I is variable. And I is pointing out to the whole matrix. First I is pointing out to this completely, and then this completely. But you will have exact value this 6. Right? So now who should be fixed? Here right is basically pointing out to third. If I'll write third, so no, this should not be here. We should have I here, means right is pointing to this thing, because first is the anyhow the column, second is the row. Sorry, first is the row, second is the column. So we want the value from the column. We want the value from the column. So this is fixed. This is fixed. We are getting the value from the column now. And once you have done this, your right should be decreasing. Right should be decreasing. Cool here. Now this is what we have done. Now it's time to iterate from where? Right to left. Right to left. So cool here. We'll iterate this. I'll copy the same thing again. And here we should iterate right to left. Correct only? Right to left. So now we need to iterate right to left. Cool here, go. So but before you iterate, right, you need to check. You need to check what? Because anyhow right has been changed now. Right has been changed now. Top is also has been changed. Right and top both has been changed. So you cannot trust on this condition directly. So before you make any operation, you need check that if I'm moving from where? If I'm moving this place, right to left, in this time, what should be, like what we should have? this bottom, the value that we are having, that bottom we will change. This bottom should be greater than the top. So top should be less than or equals to the bottom. Only then you can iterate this, right? Only then you can iterate it. If the bottom and top, like if the top is lower than the bottom, you cannot iterate this thing, right? So this condition I want to check, and then I will have my for loop. I'm starting from where? From this, uh, from the bottom, right? Int I, starting from the here I'm iterating right. I'm going to bottom. Here I'll start from the right and I will go to the left. So I is equals to right, and now this left should be like what we can say. So I should be greater than or equals to the left, right? Because it cannot be less than the left. Left is pointing out to this column, this leftmost column, right? So I should be either be not plus bottom bottom. So we need to ID condition. Actually, this top has been changed. Top has been changed. That's why. If you will not check your top again, so if what if by increasing this top becomes more than bottom? Can you have this bottom? If you have a single element, tell me if you had a single line like this only. If you had a single line, so already iterated. Will you go and take these elements once again? No, na. You will not take it again. So that's why we're doing this. Okay. Now here, if we'll get an error, so then we'll do a dry run. Don't worry. So now here, cool. Yeah. So here the thing is that basically cool. So now here we'll do I minus minus. Why? Because right is the maximum value. We are pointing to the lower value. We are going in a reverse format. So that's why we're doing I minus minus. And here we will add result dot add. Then tell me who is constant. Who is constant? Bottom is constant. Who is changing? Bottom is constant, right? Who will have this 7, 8, 9? This thing I want, like this thing. First thing I want 9, I want 8, I want 7. So what I have to do is that matrix, my bottom edge constant, that will not change because bottom is pointing out to the last row, right? And who is changing? The value, these are changing. My row is changing. The column are changing, right? So row is fixed, row is fixed, row is fixed now. And second thing point out to the column, and column is changing. So I will have I here. Cool, yeah. So this is what we have done. And here your bottom should be what? Minus minus. Because this line, the last line has been inserted. So similarly, as you did top plus plus, because top was inserted and now bottom has inserted, you will do bottom minus minus. Same condition you need to check for this also. Like when you will go from where? When you will go this thing, bottom to top. When you will go bottom to top. So I'll paste it here. This, by which you remember this in future, that if you are going bottom to top, bottom to top. Yeah, trust me, this is very good question. Very good question. That's why a lot of company has been asked this. So when you're going bottom to top, what you have to do? Tell me what you have to do. You have to come here, and here you have to check. What you have to check? What you have to check? And going bottom to top, you need to check this thing. Yeah, should I check it here for if I'm going in this way? That time, if this is dependent on the right and left, I should check for the right. Correct. That this should not be the thing. Or who can impact it here? Like if I'm going from this way, like 7 to 4, I'm going. In this case, the scene should be, this scene should be like top should be less than or equals to bottom. And similar, if I'm going here right to left, then this condition should come. Ha, you're correct. Left should be less than or equals to the right. That's not increase. And here bottom wala thing, because you're going top to bottom. Cool, yeah. So when you're going bottom to top, your top should never be, greater than the bottom, right? So you should have that condition. Now we'll do this for loop for and I, starting from where? And every time we're starting from the right itself. Correct. We are starting from the right only. or here we will start from where? Here I will start from this place, and this is 7. So basically this is the bottom. So I is starting from the bottom. Cool here. Starting from the bottom. And now this I should be less than, sorry, this I should be greater than or equals to the top. Correct only? And I minus minus on every step. I minus minus on every step. Cool here. Now this is a thing, then we need to add into our list again. What? We will add, we will add what? The value we're getting. And matrix. Now who is fixed? Tell me who is fixed. So if you'll see, the left will be fixed. The left will be fixed. Right? Because left, whatever you have in left, either that is 0 or something or anything. Have we increased left so far? No, we haven't increased the left. Cool. So left is fixed, left is pointing to 0. So you need 0 index from this bottom, then from this also 0 index, and 1 is already inserted. Cool. So now I need to fix my uh, left. Or what is changing? What is changing? The I is changing. The I changing. Correct only. Left I have what is fixed here? What is fixed? This thing I want to get it. Yes, I want to get it. I'm going this thing this way. Right. So then bottom is changing. So this thing, I guess this should be what? What is fixed here? We need to understand what is fixed here. So here if we are going 7 then 4. So row is fixed or column is fixed? So column is fixed, right? Column we have as fixed. So left is the column that is fixed. And what is changing? Row is changing. Cool. That is correct only. Here, uh, once we have done this, we need to move our left pointer. So left plus plus. Cool. Similar for this, what was changing when we were going left to right? So right to left. When we were going right to left, right to left. So this bottom was fixed. Correct. Bottom was fixed. That is pointing out to this last thing. And we're changing this. This value were changing. These columns were changing. So columns are changing. And here who's changing? Here rows are changing. Oh ho ho. So this will be I. This row is changing and this is fixed. Correct? Row is changing, not the column. So first thing the row, second thing is the column. Cool here. So this is done. This is done probably. Right? This is done. So now what will happen? We'll come here back again. Right? We will come here on the 4. And then again what will happen? You will have the next iteration from the 5 itself. And 5 will be inserted. At the end, if you need a dry run, I'll do that. Don't worry. Okay, I'll check that from the comment if you need a dry run. Return result. Yeah, probably this will work. Otherwise, we have to fix the things by doing a dry run. If oh cannot find the symbol what? Array list. Oh, LH capital in array list actually, and I have written here small. Cool. So now this is array, so we don't need this notation. यार यही प्रॉब्लम कभी कभी होती है when you're working with multiple languages. Sometimes methods की problem. Length, that sign comes when you have a string, not an array. So oh, not working. We have to check it again. We have to check it again where we are lacking on. So we need to understand this. We're getting 1 2 3 means this thing is working fine. Then we are getting a 987. 987. Okay. So basically the second iteration is wrong. Second iteration is wrong. Here is the problem in the second iteration. So this is the problem. We are not getting from where. Right is this. So who is fixed here? Who is fixed here? Here the column is fixed. Column is fixed. This thing, what we call. Here the column is fixed. Right. This 369 should be fixed. And we are getting what? We're getting 987 we are getting. 987 we are getting. Right. So that is the problem. That is the problem. Yes or no? If I'm able to understand correctly. So that is the problem. Yeah, I have to check this thing. So now, hmm, what edge fixed in this? We have edge, right edge fixed. Makes sense. Then, hmm, okay, probably this we are not checking. Correct only. Why this is lacking? Hmm? Why? Hmm. What I feel like here, this thing is working fine, correct. We are iterating from the right. This is also correct. Right should be fixed, and right is fixed. Column is changing. Sorry, this row is changing. Correct only. This is correct only. Third thing, left should be less than right, but here nothing to do with this. What if this bottom is less than half? That is the problem. Previously had written correctly. Top should be less than or equals to the bottom, and we have to reverse this thing here. Okay, we'll do a dry run. Don't worry. And here this left should be less than or equals to the right. Cool. Now still, so now we have fixed what? Nothing is fixed here. I have to take it a deeper look. Why this is not working, man? We have the left pointer correct only, and left is pointing out to what? Towards the right. Correct only. So we have fixed as our left. Cool. Oh ho 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 ho. How left will we post? They are taking from the left, but who is fixed? Top is fixed here, not left is fixed here. For the first thing, when we are adding the top is fixed, that's why we want top array. Okay. Then in second time, who is fixed? In the second time, the right is fixed. We are doing same thing. Correct only. Third time, bottom is fixed. We are doing same thing. Makes sense. And bottom minus minus makes sense. Now in the fourth thing, left is fixed. Correct only. Yeah, now this would work. Still 1 2 3 9 6 8 9 6 9 6 8. How we are getting this? That is my problem. We have left. Cool. Left is zero, na? Huh? Top and left both are zero. Matrix doing the same thing. Left is pointing out to right. Left is pointing out to right. Makes sense. Correct here. And then the top is fixed here. Top is fixed here. First line we will have cool. Top plus plus. Then the second time we are iterating in the right section. Correct. So starting from the right part. Correct on. Oh ho 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 ho. This is the thing. This is the thing. We are not ignoring this thing. If top has been changed, then right should not start. Right. We should start from where? We should start from the top because top has changed now. Okay, this is top to bottom. Top has changed now. Cool. Now, once the top has been changed, makes sense. Then we will have right, correct, and we're moving right to left. Makes sense. Then we're moving left to right. Then bottom is fixed. First time we are moving left. Second time the top, correct. Third time right, and fourth time bottom. Correct here. I hope the whole imagination is correct now. Oh, oh, thank God. Whole imagination was correct. Basically, what is the problem? The problem we had with this. we were not removing our top, and because the top is on the same place, so we were taking this element back again, and that was the problem. That was the problem. So first time, what is happening? First time we will have a top, right? So top has been inserted, means 1 2 3 has been inserted. The top has been moved, the stop has been inserted. Once this 1 2 3 has been inserted, we need to increase the top. Why? Because we cannot insert this thing again, back again, right? We cannot insert this again. So top has been moved now. Top has been moved now. Top is pointing out to this thing, this line 4 5 6. Cool, yeah. Then we need to iterate right, but from where? From this place. 6 9. Yes or no? So now here we are moving from the thing from the top to bottom, but now this is not a top, 3 is not a top, 6 is the top, the current top, because 3 is already inserted, right? So we are starting from top going to bottom. Makes sense. And inserting all the right element, inserting all the right element. Cool, yeah. Then we will move from right to left, move from right to left. But before you move, because you change your top, there is a possibility that you had a single line, and that you already inserted. You will not insert it again. That's why we're checking for the top and bottom, and we are starting from the right and ending till the left, right? And this time bottom should be fixed. So bottom is fixed, right? And once bottom has been inserted, we'll decrease the bottom. So now 9 8 7 has been inserted and they are removed from the bottom, right? So we will have the another line. So now the another thing will start from the 4, correct? Once we are going in this way. So now bottom to top, and bottom is what? Now bottom is 4. So means top and bottom both are pointing to the same location. Top and bottom both are pointing to the same location. This middle row. Yes or no? So in this case, we will check, because you can move your left pointer to the right when this is less than only. So we are checking the condition, and we are going to the maximum value of the top. And top is 1, bottom is also 1. So 1 1 means 4 and 5. And right now, what will be fixed? This left will be fixed, right? This left will be fixed here, like this thing. So left is fixed, means we will get the value of the left, which is 4 only. So 4 has been inserted. Now you have the last value, which is 5. Everything will point out the same location, right? And here top is assigned to this thing. This 1, bottom is also 1, and left is 1, and right is also 1. So what will happen? All the conditions are true. Both are equal. Left equal to right, and top is equal to bottom. This while will work. And what will happen? You will come here again. You'll start from the left. That is 1. That is equal to the right. So 5 will be inserted from here, and others will not work. Okay, top you will increase, top becomes 2 and bottom becomes 1. So this for will not work, this condition will not work, and this will not work. So 5 has been inserted finally into our array list. Tell me, is this clear, or you need a dry run? If you need a dry run, I can give it to you. If you need a dry run, then I can give it to you. Otherwise, I can do a language change. Okay, till then I'll wait, and I'm doing a language change. Okay. So here, I'll copy the same code. We're doing nothing. We're just doing first thing left to right, then top to bottom, then right to left, and then again bottom to top. This kind of, okay, if that is clear, then glad to hear. Cool here. Now we can come here back, but do a dry run by your end as well. Trust me, this problem is super crystal, super important. Also not that easy. You have, like, there is a possibility that you can be confused. Look at this. If you miss any single pointer, you will be writing a wrong solution. So then you have to think on the figure back again, that how this is working. Are you making a spiral or not? Right? So now here in C plus you don't have vector, means this array list you have to define a vector. So I'll define a vector here. Vector. Okay. So vector that will store the integer value, and that name I'll give it a result. So vector I have, and again you don't have length method for the vector, you have size method in C++. So I will have size method here. Cool. Again you don't have length method. You have what? You have size method. Here, what is the time now? Oh, this took a lot of time. But anyway, important problem. So now this is size. Cool here. Again, anything I have to change? Yes. You don't have add method in vector. You have pushback method. Push underscore back method. Again, you don't have add method in C++. You have pushback method. Push underscore back. Again, you don't have this add method. You have pushback method. Push underscore back. Same thing for this, and probably the code has been converted. Push underscore back. Okay, that I guess everybody already knows. We have solved a lot of problem based on the same thing. where we were using vector, we were adding pushback or something, right? So I hope that is quite clear. If this works, yeah, this works. I'll submit this. Okay, I'll submit this to check it. Beating 100%. Okay, and then we'll discuss the time complexity of this particular program as well. Okay, and I want that you should also put your brain that what will be the time complexity of this particular program. Okay, you should also add your brain, like you should think in that way. So now I'll copy the same thing again, back again, and I'll convert this in Python. So Python is it's quite different, but anyway, we'll do a conversion. So don't have in this vector in Python. What you have list basically. So here result I can have, okay. So result is equals to, I can have this empty list as of now. Top I'll define with 0, right? We are starting from the 0. Bottom I'll define same as the length of the matrix, but you don't have size method in Python. You have len method. So we will use len method. Len, and here I will use what? Len of what? Len of matrix. Len of matrix. Cool, yeah, that I have. Then I'll remove this semicolon and I will have left, that is assigned to 0. Then I will have right, that is assigned to what? Again the length of the first, that internal array, right? So I will have len method here. I'll wrap my matrix in this and I'll remove this. Cool, yeah. Now you don't have this and directly here in Python. You'll use this and. You don't use curly braces, you'll use colon. And now here you don't have the normal for loop, right? You don't have this normal for loop, so you'll change this loop as well. So for I'm ranging from left to right, yes or no? Cool, yeah. So for I in range of starting from left, and right will be right plus 1. Why? Because that is reduced by 1. So that not take the last element, that's why we're doing plus 1 here. And you don't have push back method in Python, you have append method. Append method to insert into the list. And you don't have plus plus method, you will have plus which equals to 1. You'll remove this. So this is done. Cool. For okay, this is also different in Python. You will have this hash for adding the comment, right? And also I'll remove this thing. I'll have hash comment, and here top to bottom I want to go, so I will go top to bottom. So here I'll write for I in range top to bottom. Okay, top to bottom, top to bottom, but we want equals to, and last element we will not take, so that's why we're using plus 1. And here we'll remove this, and you don't have pushback method, you'll use append method in Python. Append, and again I'll remove this, and I'll do -1. You don't have this double slash, you will have hash in Python, and again the condition thing, you'll have colon. And now for this thing you will not have this normal for loop, but right now we are starting from right, correct only, but going till left means we have to, like, the last element it does not take, so we have to do left -1 and starting from here from the right, but right -1, right? So that range we have to define. So cool, yeah. We are starting from for I in range what? Range is right, left -1. Why -1? Because only then it will go to the left, otherwise it will not go. And -1. Why which the thing is that it start by one value lesser. Cool. So now here this is the thing. So here we'll remove this pushback, we will have append method. Append method, we will not have this thing minus equals to, and I'll remove this as well, I'll remove this as well. Cool, yeah. I really appreciate those are even watching all three languages code, because they are learning, definitely they're learning, that I can guarantee. So, and probably knowledge never go waste if you have a different language of understanding. So for I in, we are going bottom to top, right? Bottom to top, -1 bigger, only then it will go to the top, and starting from the this thing. Cool, reducing the value by 1. So now here pushback, we will have append method here, then I'll remove this by doing +1, and I'll remove this and this thing. Cool here. I'll remove this as well. Right. So I guess this whole code conversion has done for according to Python. If there is no typo error, then this would work. Then this would, oh, an indent, यार indent तो फट गया. Indent of what? Oh, this right will come here. Now indent, if indent is correct, what is the thing? Why is this? Why is this? Everything is correct according to Python. So we are having 1, 2, 3. Everything is correct. Just last element is not working. Why? Because indent or something we have changed or what? We have done a correct conversion. You know, left -1, starting from bottom. Is this a problem or something? Because this will not start directly from that place. If nothing was wrong there, then so other problems will come. Here, what we have changed? I cannot do a dry run again here. Uh, so here, what is the problem? Probably maybe because of indentation, something going somewhere. So the thing is that first time we were moving this thing, top was fixed. That is the thing. Cool here. Moving left to right, moving top to bottom, right +1, bottom +1. Then we're moving right to left, correct only, because last place it does not take. We are doing -1, or else hmm, we are doing here. I guess there is a problem with this loop or something. That is the thing. Hmm. I have to define it again or what? And then we're going bottom to top. We're going bottom to top, correct only. Then why? Why this now? 1 and 7 are where? 1 and 7. We are including the budgeted value. 1 and 7 will not be repeated. We are using a budgeted value. That is the problem. Yes, there is a problem in the range or something. But that should not be a case. Mhm. One has been solved. Huh, SAT also work. No, no, at the place of list. No, no, no. Actually, Karan, we have to use the list only. The return type is list. Now, oh, a lot of things. That in Python now, what is the problem? Commands chat. Hmm. I guess problem is somewhere in this last two loops. There is a problem somewhere. So basically, we are starting from the right, correct only. We are going till left, correct only, right. So the value of I. So what if I define I right here in this block, and we go till the left -1, but that is not a case, right? That is not a case also. In Python, what is the problem in this? Can somebody put it somewhere? We've done a correct conversion, right? The problem here is only we are getting this bottom value again and this top value again. So why this is coming? Hmm. Yeah. Then this will not include these. That is the problem. This cannot be a solution. Indent unmatch. अबे कितना unmatch करेगा भाई? I cannot fit on. Displays forever. Yeah, that cannot be logic. I was writing correctly, but what is the thing here? And we have to do a dry run or nothing. We don't have any solution other than that. We have to do a dry run, or you'll figure it out by yourself or something. But here is the thing, that there is a glitch only. We are starting from the right. Okay, we're starting from the right only. Correct. Last time also in Java, we were starting from the right only. Yes, going to left, and every time we were doing minus minus. Correct, we were doing minus minus. I understood what I'm doing here. What I'm doing. That is the problem. But every time I have to reduce. Okay, no worries. I'll come here and I'll fix it like this. Okay, we will have I reducing. Actually, that minus one is not working. Okay, so here I'll do I equals to minus one. Okay, and that I'll see. This is the syntax error for the Python, but I equals to minus one. We're going back, and that I guess not happening here. Unindent ना भैया, अब कौन सा इंडेंट खराब हो गया? लाइन नंबर राइट अगेन कैसे चेंज हुआ? हाउ? I was not reducing, I guess. Still the same issue. Even if we are reducing the I every time. And do we have any another loop in Python that we can probably apply here for the reversal order? Huh? We are doing top, then every time this is reduced. The problem is this is increasing, not reducing. That is the problem. So there is a problem, the problem of that this for in loop. And as I remember, in Python we use minus one for reversal order. That Kirti already done. In Python, I guess for in loop I have to check it again. Here we'll check for in loop in Python for reversal order. So I guess not a reversed method here. I don't want to use. I don't want reversed method. I want to use that for in loop. For in loop reversal 100 to 1. Now this will give a proper syntax or something. Look at this minus one we use for the reversing only. Look at this, we are doing this only. Syntax that is also correct. So start and step 3 para. What current I'm not getting at. Same syntax we're using. Minus one for the reversal order that I have. Here also I will have minus one for the reversal order. Starting from right, going to left only. And now the thing is that these 1 and 7 are coming back again. Yeah, no worries, we have our code this in Java and Python. So that will help. Or what I will do is that in tomorrow's live I can come and I can tell you like what was the problem in the Python code. Because anyhow we are a lot of time is going. But there is a problem something with the syntax. Problem not writing this correct syntax or something with Python. That is the thing. Otherwise this is a complete correct code. Logically we are correct because I need to write it. That's what logic I write. But here the problem with the insertion or something, or maybe because of the indent or something else. Correct. Here we're taking right plus 1. Okay, we'll check it again by tomorrow. But here the code for Java and C plus is already clear, right? Java and C plus is already there. That you can check it out. Okay, and if somebody finds any bug in this Python, that will be helpful. Otherwise, I'll revisit this tomorrow. Okay, means in the next live on Friday. The next live on the Friday. Till then, I guess here if somebody needs a dry run of this Java code and C plus code, so logically we were correct. The same thing I'm doing here as well. The same thing I'm doing here as well, and same thing I'm doing there as well. But that is not somehow Probably that can be a problem, of the syntax of this thing. How we are doing this, left plus plus or bottom minus minus. Here we are doing within the if only. That shouldn't be a problem. Within the if only, right? Okay, do a dry run. Then it's going to be a longer thing. But okay, I'll do take this Python code itself. Dry run will be same in any code. Probably we'll be able to sort out this particular problem, why this is happening. So I'll paste this here, keep, and I'll paste it here and insert, and here I will go here where this text works. Okay, let come in the bun slide. Oh no, it will not come in the bun slide. This came or not? Here anyway, now the whole indentation is not there in Python. That is the problem. So please tell the updated timetable when you're coming live. Okay, I'll tell you. Don't worry, Kethi. I will tell you. How will you manage the indentation here, yaar? Uh-huh. Every manual work I have to do. So now here, um, should I take a empty slide or what? Hmm? Where I should paste this code by which I don't have to do that thing. Everywhere I have to take this. Indentation I have to manage, yeah. That is the problem. Here, no worries. We'll manage little bit. So result, top. Yeah, screenshot I can use probably. Have good idea. Screenshot I don't have to manage the indentation also. Right. I'll use a screenshot. In this PPT, I'll use a screenshot. Cool. I'll make it smaller. Yeah, still so big code. Even not coming in a bun place. Reducing size more. Let come now. Yes. And I will take a screenshot of this. So command 5, and I will take a capture selected window. So this window I want to select here. It's taking completely. My Mac is running out of battery. Every problem will come today or only or what? If I can copy this thing, I'll paste it here. Where? Remove the screenshot. I'll paste it here. That code is coming, yaar. Not that thing. Command JAD. Not coming. Yeah, then what is the solution? How we can do this? No worries. Without code also, not without code. This is not possible without code. Concept JAD. No alternative. Probably I have to revisit this by tomorrow. If my system will keep working, I'll be on live. Otherwise, this will be stopped. So that time I can't do anything. Line number 28 problem. Line number 28. What are 28? So okay, you have doubt on line number 28. Why we are doing this? Specifically, if you have for I in range, bottom to top minus 1. Yeah, this is correct only. Look at this. What is the problem here? What is the problem here? This is correct only. Look at this. This is correct only. I've written here the correct syntax, I guess, if I'm not wrong. Okay, and how we are working that I will tell you. Darren, if we can do in faster way. Okay, because anyhow I'm running out of battery. So here, basically we are taking a resultant list because the return type is list only. So we're taking that. Karan, what is the problem? What is the problem on line number 28? That I want to understand. For me, that looks correct. There is some syntax or something what. But anyway, in Darren we'll figure it out. So top by default, top is pointing out to this first place, right? This particular place. 1, 2, 3 wala line. This line. Right? Is my cursor visible? Yes. So now top is pointing out to this line, the top line, right? So basically we are doing first thing from the left to right, means top will be visited, top will be visited. So top is pointing out to 0 index, basically means this, the first row is the top now. So that should be fixed, that should be fixed. And now we are iterating for the column 1 2 3, that we are doing with the value of I. So if left is equals to right, for I in range, bottom top minus 1 minus 1, result append matrix left plus 1. Have I missed something? Yeah, we are doing left plus 1. Left plus 1 will do for the if only, not for the for. Yeah, we'll figure out somehow it looks correct code me to me. Anyhow, I Python write code in the LeetCode itself, at nowhere at other places. So cool. So in the list, what the thing is that, yeah, no, probably you'll get this. Just understand, you'll get it. Don't worry. So now here you will have this left. Okay, left is pointing out to 0. Cool. Here means this first value. This value 1. Cool. So left is pointing out to what? This left side. Top is pointing out to this top stack that we have discussed already here in the PPT. Here in the PPT, you remember in the PPT, if I have this thing, yeah, somehow I hope my laptop will work. Look at this. We have this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, so now the result we have right now, that is empty. So basically what we're doing, top is this, this is top right now, this is bottom right now, this is bottom, yes or no? And now this is what, like this is left, this part is left, the whole vertical line, this is left. And this whole thing, this line, this particular thing, this is pointing out to right, this is pointing out to right, yes or no? This is what we have, this is what we have, correct, correct only. So now here's the thing, what will happen, you start from here, okay. So now in this range what we're taking, we're starting from left to right plus 1, left to right plus 1. Why right plus 1? Because last one is not included, so till right only, right, correct. So what it will do is that, what is fixed, this top should fixed, this should fixed, because we want to insert this only, right, this whole row should fix, yes or no? So that's why here if you'll see this, here top we are pointing out, matrix top means this thing, matrix top means this thing. And again I is pointing out to what, I is pointing out to left, and first time the left will be I is pointing out to what, as of now the left, then I will increase, I will come here, then I will come here, right. So 1 2 3 has been inserted into our result, 1 comma 2 comma 3 has been inserted. Now what you have done, you've done top plus 1, so top has been came here. Now top has been came on the second row. Then what will happen, tell me, you want to insert these things as well, the right things, all 6 and 9 will be inserted, right. So iterating from top to top, because why, because top is pointing out to this completely row, this complete row is the top right now. So starting from here, from this 6 means the top value, right, starting from the top, look at this, starting from the top, we'll go to the bottom plus 1, this is the bottom, yes or no? Why bottom plus 1? Because this is not pointing out to the last value, means still the bottom only, so we'll point out to here only, right. So we will have this thing, we will have what, we will have 6, then we will have 9, we will have 6 and we will have 9 with the help of this. And what is fixed, this right is fixed, this right is fixed, look at this is fixed. Once all the value, like all the value of right has been inserted, look at this is fixed. And what is variable, this row is variable, here, row is variable here, first row, like first row, second row and third row we're getting, right. So we're getting 6, then we're getting 9, cool. Then what will happen, tell me, we are coming right to left, cool, means this 9 already has been inserted, yes or no? 9 already has been inserted, and you already decrease the right. So previously right was pointing out to this line, now right will point out to this line, this one wala line, this one index, yes or no? So right is pointing out to one index, now. Cool thing here, cool thing, great. So now what will happen, you're starting again, you're checking, why you're checking this thing, that top should be less than or equals to bottom, because this already has been inserted. Like if you want to take this, if you want to insert this, you must ensure this is not a top. That means this thing, if this is a top, like this should not be less than top, right? So that's why I'm checking here, because if this is less than top, which means that it is already inserted. What if we are on the same place, right? Because that time top has been updated, now top is pointing out to this. But what if you had a single line, that time bottom is pointing out to the same place, but top has been moved ahead, so we will not insert in that case. Yes or no? So that's why we're writing this condition, top should be less than the bottom. Then we are taking from right to left, and right is pointing out to the one index, means right to left, this thing. So we'll insert 8, correct only, and going till left is 0 right now, so 7 has been inserted. 7 has been inserted, cool here. Then we are doing in the reversal format, so reversal and you're working, right? This is for reversal. So we are doing what? In bottom we have added this, cool thing here. Then what we have to do, we have to reduce our bottom, because bottom is pointing out to this line, now bottom will point out the same place where the top is pointing, means the 4 5 bala line. So now what will happen, you'll check again. Once you start moving from the left to right back again, you need to ensure your left should be less than or equal to the right. So that condition we are checking, right? If that is true, what you will do, you will take the bottom, this thing. Why bottom? Because this value won't, this 4 value won't, right? This 4 value won't. So that's why your I will start from here, left is same, cool here. So now this bottom value we have, that is 4 now, and 4 will be the value that I, as of now I is pointing to the 0 index. And now this will go till where? Top minus 1, top minus 1. And here this bottom is 1 only, sorry, this bottom is 1, this bottom is 1, and going to top minus 1. Top minus 1 means basically till top, right? Or top is also 1, so it will go to the 1. So this is true. Anyhow, this condition is true, means I is equals to the 1, that is true. You can have this line. So if you can have this line, then on the I index, on the 1 index, what you have? On the 1 index, this I was this top 1 on the left side. So left should be the column, and row is the one, row is this row, this one row. I guess here is the problem in this Python code. That is the problem. Here it will start I as bottom, correct only. I is the bottom, makes sense. If I is the bottom and bottom has been reduced by 1, so that is pointing out to 4, means this thing, 1 thing. So bottom has become this 1, means this wala row, middle row, correct only. And if we are starting iterating the middle row, the value of I will be assigned as bottom. So now the value I start from 1 index only, cool. You will point out to the 1 middle, this thing, pointing out to this. And I is starting, for there is a problem for Python code, there is a problem. For the rest of the code, this is fine. We are pointing out to this, and putting the left value on that thing, and left is pointing out to this thing. Left is pointing out to the 0, means 4 will be inserted. 4 will be inserted. Then left will be decreased. This left, this value I will be increased, right? I will be increased. This will go to the next thing, the next column. This next row, yeah, it will go. And at the place of 5, we are getting 1. That is the problem in the Python code here, that if we have I, we are pointing out to this particular row, and column is left, 0 I'm having, then left should in, once we have inserted this thing, okay, then 5 will be inserted. And in others, in C++ and in Java, this is, so this code is working. In your system is working, it sounds correct to me as well. In C++ and Java it's working fine, and the same code is giving error in Python. Probably there will be some glitch. But this was the dry run, Then what will happen? Once you have inserted this middle row, 4 has been inserted, then the last you will have I pointing out to 1 index, and this 5 will be inserted here. And at the end you'll return your output. Right, at the end you'll return your output. So that's how this is working. Right, that's how this is working. But no worries. What I will do is that in the next live, I'll see where the problem in the Python code. Even if yeah, in the dry run also I'm not finding the error directly. Looks good at my end, except runtime test case. And nobody, for the rest it's working fine. For the rest it's working fine. Anyhow, this is what we are getting. We'll fix this in the next class.